My name's Jeff Banks, I'm one of the designers at Debs, and what I want to talk about is work and business suits. First thing to look for is what the colour of it should be. Ideally, probably a grey, probably a navy blue. Black tends to be a bit severe for business, and it can either be plain or have a woven in stripe. The width of the stripe denotes what kind of industry you're in. So you normally find people in insurance, they go for a much narrower stripe. Guys that are actually working in the commercial area go for a wider stripe, and bankers and lawyers traditionally go for very wide stripes. Single-breasted, the order of the day, preferably a 2-button, maybe a 1-button, but that tends to look a bit too relaxed if you're in business. And again, 3-button single-breasted, it's a little bit too buttoned up and formal and not on trend at the moment. You're going to wear a suit that is actually going to take a hell of a battering, possibly sitting in a car for long hours a day. Go for a wool fabric, or maybe with a slight content of polyester about it. Now, once upon a time, people used to think, oh, polyester in suits, bad news. But maybe 10% polyester adds some real strength. The other thing to look for is little touches on a business suit. On this one, it's got very, very fine stitching on the edge of the lapel. This is called AMF stitching. So if you want to impress in the boardroom, just watch out for little touches like AMF stitching. The lapel width is wider than normal. The tie is pure silk. The width of the tie is slightly narrower than the lapel. And again, if you're going to go for a tie, go for one that's pure silk. They're not that expensive these days, and people spot whether or not you're wearing a pure silk tie or a polyester tie. Me, I only make pure silk because I like to give my customers the best. Shirts, always a big debate for business. There are really 4 colours that you can get away with wearing: white, pink, the obvious blue, and lately lilac. And you can either go for a plain shirt, or you could go for a shirt like this, which is called a dobby stripe. And dobby weave has got like a texture in the fabric, and that actually makes any marks on the shirt much less visible. In terms of collar shapes, this shape, which is called a half cutaway, very acceptable. Big cutaway collars, seen as being a little bit flashy. So again, you need to determine what your role is in business before you decide on, first of all, the colour of your shirt, the fabric of the shirt, and finally what kind of collar shape you're going for.